This is an exam application tutorial on the topic of classification. The question for 6 marks is describe the main characteristics of the 5 kingdoms. So what this question is asking you to do is state the 5 kingdoms and describe 1 or 2 features of each kingdom. So firstly, the 5 kingdoms are animals, plants, fungi, prokaryotes, that's your bacteria kingdom, and protoctists. These are the weird organisms that don't quite fit into any other group, so they have this kind of miscellaneous group of organisms. You can also call them protists. Animals are multicellular, that means they're made of many cells. They feed heterotrophically, that means they have to feed on other organisms to obtain their energy, and their cells have a nucleus. That's where their genetic information is stored. So any organism that has these features is an animal. Plants, like animals, are also multicellular, but they feed autotrophically. That means they can self-feed, they can make their own food from sunlight. Their cells have a cell wall, and that's why plants don't need a skeleton, they have a rigid cell wall to keep them upright. Their cells also contain chlorophyll, that's what makes photosynthesis possible. So that's how they feed autotrophically, and they also have a nucleus, so the cells of plants have a nucleus. Fungi, like animals and plants, are usually multicellular. They feed saprophytically. That sounds like a horrible word, but what that means is they can feed off the remains of dead, rotting organisms or matter, such as rotting wood. Their cells have a cell wall and also a nucleus. Once again, because fungi cells have a cell wall, they don't need a skeleton. Their rigid cell wall enables them to stand upright. Prokaryotes, or bacteria, are the simplest organisms. They are unicellular, or you could say single-celled. They're made of one cell. They're not multicellular like animals, plants, and fungi. They have a cell wall, just like fungi and plants, but not animals, and no nucleus. That's the most important thing about bacteria. They evolved so early on in life's history that there hadn't been enough time for a nucleus to evolve. Finally, protoctists are unicellular like prokaryotes and have a nucleus. That's how they're different to prokaryotes. So this is on one level a very easy question because you're just making lists that you have to remember, but challenging because you've got a lot of complex terminology to use here, lots of complex words, which you'll need to practice and commit to memory.